And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to round number 8 of the MEA GT Championship Series here at Suzuka. As tonight's race features, it looks like 14 drivers expected to be here tonight. We might have a couple of stragglers coming in. We are at the near end point of the series. The season's coming down to about the top 3 in the point standings, with RZM Sean leading the way. It really is Sean's series and championship to lose at this point. Unless Bobberts and Design somehow find some sort of answer this week, today could really wrap up possibly the championship points, championship. And I gotta tell you, it's still a tight one. Sean obliterated qualifying with Barcode second, so we'll see how that plays out. But definitely something to look forward to here tonight. Stay tuned. We're gonna get our last few drivers hopefully to try to get in here, and we'll get to our starting lineups here in a moment. And for the starting lineups, let's look and see how they have fared from qualifying. RZM Sean, the fastest driver in qualifying, 6/10 faster than anybody else in qualifying. Boy, can he make a statement here tonight as we round out the last few weeks of the championship. Right next to him and slightly behind him is ESV Barcode in the Ferrari. A lot of KTMs here tonight, but Barcode once again will be an outsider when it comes to car selection. In the third fastest qualifying, currently third in the points championship, that would be AMS Design. He's getting the start off in that third spot, right in front of defending champion ESV Bobberts, fourth fastest in the qualifying, literally just barely a tenth off of one another. In the fifth spot would have been AMS Tsunami. Tsunami reported a couple hours ago he wasn't going to make tonight's race, so unfortunate for him. So Diamond Man 2014 will be next in line. And Diamond Man's currently in a championship points battle, but not necessarily the title itself. He's currently fighting for that 4th and 5th spot in the point standings with 6th starting position tonight, RZM Stiggy. These two are very, very tight in the points run right now. They are probably ones that we'll keep an eye on throughout. And later in tonight's stream or in the race, I will go over the point situation for these drivers in the top 5. 7th starting position will be SMX Savitar. SMX Savitar currently going to start in that 7th spot. Delt Hands was supposed to be with us here tonight. Don't see him with us, so not sure if he's going to make it. He has time until we start the race. JRFE Blade, however, will start in that 9th spot. In the 10th spot, it would have been Riddle U. He will not be able to make tonight's race. So FSM Gray. Where is Gray? Oh, there he is. So he's actually starting in the 9th spot. I do apologize, it kind of flipped on me. So Blade will be 8th, 9th will be Gray. In the 10th spot will be JJ Reds. RZX JJ Reds. In the next spot, it's going to be RZX Ant, who missed qualifying, but first come, first serve to this prow. Then it's going to be Era, who isn't here. Proud 78. Sparky Motors and Gilbert Tyrell will round out the field. So we're just going to wait for the officials in this group. Let us know when we are good to go. Put myself in that spectate position here. But tonight's race is very foggy conditions. There's a 1 mandatory quick stop here tonight. 29 laps to Pater, and a hungry group of drivers, some looking to get their first wins on the season. I'm sure we're going to see plenty of hard racing out there. We're still waiting for the okay. Still waiting. Alright, so we got the okay to go and we're ready to rock and roll. So 14 drivers tonight, the smallest field we've seen this season, but given the car list, given the track conditions and where we're at in the point of the series, it is expected to see a little less numbers. So nonetheless, we're over a good dozen here, so let's get ready to roll. What? Well, he's not in the series, so we're just going to go without him. Alright, so while that's going on, I'll start getting the point sheet pulled up for everybody. And alright, so we are going to go green here. RZM Sean leads the way. Barcode with a great launch, and he takes the lead right away, and so does Bobbert. He looks to the inside from the start here. And that was a really good start for both ESV drivers. AMS Design didn't get a great launch, but didn't lose nothing. Sticky got a better launch than Diamond Man's, already moving up some spots here, pulling up the race map, seeing how things are going. Avatar got kicked out of the line just a little bit. But now we got ourselves a championship race here, so let's take a look at the point standings here. I know you guys can't personally see them, but Sean looks to make a pass to the inside. And I think Sean's going to get a penalty for no livery on the car. To be figured out, I guess, as they battle it out. Sean looks to the inside of Bobbert's right there. Now falls back one spot. He's got AMS Design right on his tail right now, and Barcode leads this thing in the first lap in his purple Ferrari, and he fended off all the KTMs in the world and the man who set down some wicked pace, RZM Sean. The points look like this. 2 wins on the season so far. RZM Sean has 1,689 points. He is currently 69 points in front of second place in the point standings. ESV Bobbers with 1,620. And in the third spot in points, AMS Design at 1,613. He's 76 points back from Sean. So this is a big race here today for all 3 of those drivers. Now talking about Diamond Man and Stiggy, who I believe they're back. Yep, they're in the middle of their own little, well, actually, I guess they're not in their own little battle. Stiggy's putting on some pace right now. Currently running 5th. But anyways, between Stiggy and Diamond Man, 4th and 5th in the points, Diamond has 1553, Stiggy has 1526, so super tight between those two as well. And Barcode actually sits right outside the top 5 in points with 1 race missed. Get back up there with Sean as he's starting to put some pressure on ESV Barcode right now for the race lead. Hitting those rumble strips just a little bit. So right now, Sean's under 50-point deduction penalty with no paint, no livery on the car. MEA's rulebook does state that every vehicle must have the driver number and the MEA logo showcased on both sides of the vehicle. Sean does not have that. He will lose 50 points in the championship here today. So talked about possibly having a championship seal the deal day. That's not going to be today for RZM Sean. So now Sean has to do the best he can, stay in front of Bobberts and Design. You know, Bobberts, I believe, I'm pretty sure he missed a race. Yes, he missed a race earlier this season, which really affected him in the championship points. Design had a couple of rough races. That's why he is so far, I wouldn't say so far back, why he is just barely on the edge with Bobberts, because he had a couple of rough races, but he has had some great runs this season. And Barcode, he's missed a race, so he really can't, he's out of contention for a championship. It's just, unless these other guys dramatically have problems, it's near impossible right now for him to be back in that championship hunt. But once again, RZM Sean with a points penalty with no requirement of livery specifications on the car. That is a tough blow for the championship points leader, as he's putting pressure on Barcode, and you can tell Sean has a lot faster pace. Looks like Design's falling off just a little bit from the front three. And Sean trying to get door to door. He does, just slightly. Bobbert's trying to find a lane. Sean's getting, it looks like he's trying to get some aggressive drives in there. Hop on board with Sean and see his point of view. It's got to be a little frustrating for Sean not getting the launch he wanted off the start, and if you're Bobberts, that's exactly what you wanted. You can see the straight line speed of that Ferrari just taking off on the KTM, but you see how fast the KTM just closes in. Sean's just glued to the back bumper of Barcode right now. And he gets to his side. They're gonna go side by side right here. Can Sean get the job done? Look at the speed by the Ferrari. Does he try to cross him over? He does. Sean gets to the inside. Barcode to the outside. Still side by side off the edge. And Bobberts with the run now on Sean. It's too wide. I should say side by side going into the corner there. Bobberts trying to get in. Barcode doesn't get a good run. And Bobberts trying to get on by Sean. And if you're Barcode, this is what you want. Same as Design. Design's now creeping into the picture. Still side by side. Sean and Bobberts not giving each other an inch. These are the championship contenders right now, and a big opportunity here for Bobberts and Design to make something out of this, because Sean, with that penalty that'll be implemented after the race, can really rattle some things up here. And look at Design. He's got a nice run right behind him. And Sean gets a little loose right there. They sit side by side, still door to door. Design looks to the inside. Design's trying to make it 3 wide. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Design. He's going to try to pick 2 of them off right here. 3 wide in the 1. Bobberts prevails. And Design gets right on by Sean. Does he? No, Sean has a door right alongside him going into the S's now. Still side by side coming up and through it. Bobberts now trying to put the pressure on Barcode. Barcode with the team play right there. He lets Bobberts go by for the race lead. And now Sean dealing with not only teammates working together, but he's got AMS drivers just as hungry and in the championship fight. And he's right on the rear bumper of Sean. You gotta have friends sometimes, and sometimes friends can be a burden, but not today here. Sean drops from 1st to 4th in 6 laps of racing. And now he's got to hunt down Design again, who's currently right behind ESV Barcode. And if you're just tuning in, we got ourselves a good one here at Suzuka. Bobberts currently leads. Barcode 2nd, 3rd, AMS Design, and 4th, RZM Sean. Looks like RZM Sean made a pit stop. So Sean, he's going to have to get out there, and Sean's making a good move right here. This is a good opportunity for Sean. He knows he's got the pace on these 3 drivers. Now all he's got to do is put some laps together, stay out of harm's way, and see if he can overtake these guys during a pit cycle. The only problem for Sean right now, he's now in the middle of a couple of cars. Nothing too crazy for him, but definitely doesn't want to see anybody else make a pit stop here. So let's go through the race field here while we have a chance. We'll start with our current leader right now, defending champion of the GT Championship Series from Season 3. ESV Bobberts currently leads the way. made the pass on his teammate ESV Barcode, who kind of gifted it to him, knowing that his teammate's in the championship hunt. Doing some great defensive work against RZM Sean, and Bobbert's your race leader. ESV Barcode second, driving the Ferrari, the first Ferrari out of, I think, 2 Ferraris on track, maybe 3. He's currently under fire from AMS Design, currently in the championship hunt. And he is right there in that 3rd spot, knows that he needs another couple positions. Feels like he's got one heck of a ride this week. Look at that car, that's a beautiful car. That's what I love about these series, that you get some great designs, great, funny his name's design, but great liveries. Right behind him is Diamond 2014. Currently in the top 5 in points.
Is there something else?
RZM Stiggy, I don't know what happened to Stiggy, but he fell back a spot. Proud 78, he started at the rear of the field, no qualifying this week. Proud, fortunately, looks like he might be getting that same points deduction as well. I don't see an MEA logo, and I'm not sure if that's his correct number, so possibly a penalty for him. Savitar behind him, and he's fending off currently your points leader, RZM Sean. And Barcode saying, I'm not going to give you the opportunity to get by, so. And Sean rubs up doors on Savitar and gets on by for that position. He's going to have to go back to work. Savitar got real deep in there. Not sure if he was trying to do some retaliating right there, but Savitar really, or I'm sorry, it wasn't Savitar. Was it Savitar? Okay, I was sitting on the wrong person here. Gilbert Tyrell, another driver who looks like he's going to get that penalty. No MEA logo and the wrong number on the car, but he's currently inside the top 10. RZX JJ Reds. Man, I love mayhem. Well, I've never seen this paint before, but thank you. FSM Gray currently in the 11th spot, defending JRFE Blade in the 12th position. He's good. He's got JRFE Blade battling with him, and I wouldn't say that he's battled a lot of people. See, even Blade doesn't have a paint on the car. That's, oh, this is a little frustrating. A lot of penalties coming out this week. Further behind, Sparky Motors. He's also going to get it. I guess we're just finding out who's getting penalties this week, because it's an exciting time. I know he is, it's fine. I've seen it already, but RZX Ant, he's not too far off these guys in front of him. Or I should say Sparky. Let's get back up front here. AMS Design currently trying to fight his way back into it with ESV Bobberts. And he's not too far behind him. And actually, after qualifying yesterday, Design told me he had a lot more in the car, wasn't happy with his qualifying, and feels like he could be a good threat here today to get up front. So AMS Design currently putting in the work as he tries to track down ESV Bobberts, who didn't have a good qualifying at all. Felt like he was a little bit, about a tenth or a half off. Something to keep an eye on. We go further back. RZM Sean has passed ESV Barcode, however, and Sean back on the move. Not sure what had happened to ESV Barcode, if a mistake happened or not. I know we were going to the field, so I do apologize for those that would have liked to have seen that battle. But Sean out of the hole and on the way, so we'll see what happens. The real question is, how long are these two going to stay out? Because if they have heard anything inside the party and the driver's communication area, they know how fast Sean is. And do you really want to stay out right now if you know that he's past Barcode, who's been playing phenomenally on the defensive side? We're going to see what Bobberts does here. He's going to stay out, and so will Design. And I think it's a smarter move for Design to stay out if Bobberts was to have pitted. I don't think it's a smart move to stay out if they're both not pitting. And the main reason why is you need someone to play some defense. I do see Designs losing the gap on Bobberts just a little bit right now, as Bobberts gets really loose. Come back to that in a little bit. Let's hop on with the 11th place battle of FSM Gray and JRFE Blade. And Blade looks like he made a slight mistake and is losing ground on FSM Gray, which is the only Porsche on the racetrack. One of two Porsches on the racetrack. I forgot Ant was in the Porsche as well. The only car I do believe that is not on there's two, is the Lamborghini number 18 Gallardo, and the other car would have been the Audi TT. Those two cars were not selected this week, but those were the only other cars that could have been selected. So we're seeing about 3 different cars on the track here today, which is good. And it looks like FSM Gray's pretty solid right there. Proud 78, I believe, just come out of the pits right in front of JJ Reds. So he should get away from JJ no problem. No offense to JJ, but he's obviously behind him, so we know that Proud's going to be taking off here. But talk about a handful of penalties for this week. Pretty crazy, if you ask me. It looks like FSM Gray's playing defense again against JRFE Blade, who looks like he got a bad run off the edge. This is a battle for the top 10. Pull up the race map. Looks like Design might have creeped up a little bit on Bobberts again. Barcode's losing Sean at a rapid pace. Diamond, he's pulling away from Stiggy, so. Trying to get us back on Gray here, and here's a battle for position number 10 now. Blade looks to the inside. It's going to be a drag race going into turn 1. Who's going to be able to hang in there? Side by side going in the 1. It's Gray to the outside, Blade on the inside. They're still side by side. Look at Gray. He looks like he might have had a little bit of speed off the corner, but I don't think he's going to get it. And he's right there door to door, but he hits the inside of the grass just a little bit. And Blade will take over that 10th place spot from FSM Gray. But a good battle there, and a good try on the defensive end by Gray. Definitely got to give him kudos. A lot of racing still to go. Some of these drivers haven't made their pit stop yet. I believe Ant was catching up to, maybe he wasn't. Thought he was. Not much on the track. Oh, look at Gray. Looks like he's gonna try to make something happen here. Let's stay with him. He gets right by him again, and Blade not able to just to maintain the pace of the car. Nice little battle we got going on back here. And Gray, I think he hit the brakes a little too hard. But he didn't open a door for Blade, so that was pretty good to cover the hole. And And it looks like some of the conditions are changing up. We went from a very thin fog, and now we're getting into that ground, or I should say, I think we're in the thin fog. We were on ground fog to begin the race. It's going to get denser later in the race. But we are seeing some slight weather changes here. You can see the foggy conditions are taking place. Still battling here for the 10th spot. And Blade back to the inside, and he'll retake the 10th spot from Gray. Let's go up front real quick, check on our leader. ESV Bobbert still in front of AMS Design. Design's closing the gap though. How long till one of these drivers gives way? One of these two are gonna eventually have to pit. That's the big question right now. We saw Sean made an early pit. He was trying to jump the other three cars after losing the lead to Barcode, dropping all the way back to fourth. He got in front of Barcode about a lap and a half or so later after Barcode had pitted following him the next lap. Robertson Design has a little bit of a gap. I just feel that this does not help them staying out right now. If you want to win this race here today and get those extra points, you got to do everything you can to stay in front of Sean. Sean was an amazing qualifier this week. He ran about 0.6 faster than anybody else. Battle for the race lead, though. The more these two battle, the harder it's going to be when they decide to pit. I'm betting to say Sean's either passing them or they're going to be really close when they decide to pit, because this is going to be really tight. And Barcode's no longer in front. He doesn't have the advantage. Driving that Ferrari, he's got straight line pace. Just those corners, this car kills it. So Design goes into the pits. Design can tell he's got more pace in the car than Bobberts does right now. Bobberts will stay out on the racetrack. Let's hop on with RZM Sean real quick here, see where he's sitting. And he's taking off. And for those that are just tuning in, there's about 5 or 6 drivers on the racetrack who are getting penalized at the end of this race. RZM Sean, the points leader, being one of those drivers with the incorrect no paint on the car that is mandatory for every single event. Luckily for Sean, he's got a nice points gap on the two guys, and this is one of them right there, and that's AMS Design. So Sean bouncing back really strong right now, and he's on a mission. Bobbert's the race leader. Let's go back and check on our 10th place battle, see how that is shaking up. JRFE Blade's been able to stay in front of FSM Gray. Oh, but RZX JJ Reds runs into the tires. And both of those drivers will take over that spot. Or they'll take over a spot each from JJ in the I Love Mayhem Ferrari. We'll see a 3-car battle here in the near future, I'm sure, but ESV Bobberts getting past some lap traffic as he gets by RZX Ant right there. If you're Bobberts, you're going to want to pit. Design showing a lot of pace right now, and Sean was able to get on by. If you want to get up, the key thing is Sean losing points helps them, but that win, the points gap between first and second is about 10 points. So you want to get those extra points here today. He's going to make that pit stop, no problem there. RZM Stiggy running in that second spot, another driver fighting in the top 5, but he's not fighting for a championship. He's fighting for a 4th and 5th spot in the points. Diamond already pitted. Stiggy's going to stay out and take the lead. Now Sean's coming around. Some of these guys are getting through lap traffic. Not sure if Design had a little bit of a problem there with traffic, but here comes Sean. And he's going to get on by no problem there. And here comes Design. He just wasn't able to get enough. Diamond Man, he's in front of Barcode as well. Battle for the 3rd spot right now. That's Bobberts and Design. Sean is on another level here today. You know, I talked to Sean a handful of times this season, and he's got one goal in mind, winning a championship, and not just for himself, but for his race team at RZM. RZM has a great history here at MEA, competing inside MEA. They've gotten one title every single year here at MEA. And he's going to go for that first one of the season. And all he's got to do is maintain how he's been performing. And it's been phenomenal how he's just been so good this season. If you're Bobberts and Design, you're definitely fighting for this position. But you also know the points penalty that Sean's getting is going to really help. So if Design can get in front of Bobberts here, that's a few points that's going to jump him forward. Now he did outperform him in qualifying. So he's going to get those a couple extra points, or extra point I should say, because Bobberts I do believe got bonus for quality as well. Bobberts getting loose again. Stiggy in the pit, so Sean, your race leader, and we are probably not gonna, I mean, as long as he doesn't make a mistake or have any issues with traffic, I don't think we're gonna see all, but we got Sparky Motors lap down car right now. So Sean got right by him, no problem. Let's hop on board with Design and see how they go through this. Got Sparky Motors right in front. It's a tough part of the track to get around traffic, that's for sure. Good job by both of those drivers, and Sparky as well, maintaining his line. Meanwhile, back and forth, ESV Barcode's taking the position away from Diamond Man. Lone Ferrari up front, but something happened to AMS Design and ESV Bobberts. Big trouble. Not sure what had happened, but they got together. It looks like it might have been Design's fault. He gives the position back to Bobberts, and they'll lose a couple of spots here. And Diamond Man 2014, he's not going to give that stuff up. That man's going to drive hard. He's going to make it real difficult for these two drivers, but not sure what had happened. We hopped on with Barcode to see how he was fending off with Diamond Man, and all we saw was some slow traffic of Bobberts and Design. And we got Sparky Motors there, and Diamond gets loose. Sparky coming back on. Oh, but Diamond Man had the pit. Okay. And it looks like we might have lost somebody. It was RZX Ant. We lost RZX Ant. So back on the charge here for AMS Design. This is going to be a tough spot for Design because Barcode's in front. The last time we seen Barcode in front of Bobberts, he let Bobberts on by for the race lead. That was back when he was defending off against Sean. Let's see what happens here. I mean, we can clearly tell that Design's faster, so Design's going to have to make a move here if he wants to get something happening. And I'm sure he's doing everything he can, but it's a tough spot to be in. Still working him. And JJ Reds is out as well. Let's check some other stuff out on the track here, see if anybody else has got anything going on. Blade and Gray, they're separated. Not sure what happened there. Gilbert's still inside the top 10, I'm sorry. And we lost both RZXM drivers, or RZX drivers. How did I say RZXM? So we got a three-car battle here for second, third, and fourth. The ESV drivers and AMS. Sean is checked out. And just as I said, similar situation. As Bobberts has a friend who's going to let him on by. And Barcode now is going to fend off AMS Design. And look at the draft. And look how fast Design just closes that. KTM's just so much better in the corners. Design's going to work really hard now on Barcode here with 10 laps to go. Bobberts now having a good opportunity to get away while his teammate works on fending against Design. So let's look at the gap, shall we? Shock's already on the straight. Looks like we have another battle in the back. Nope, that's lap traffic. We do have a 7th and 8th place battle, however, with Proud 78, and that's like Savitar. So we'll go back to the front there in a little bit. Check out some of the other action on the racetrack. And ooh, Savitar getting aggressive, trying to make a fast one to the outside. I thought he might have had it there. And the fog got even denser. Savitar's working hard on him. Check on barcode and design. Isn't there much of it, so let's go back to the battle for 7th and 8th. And Savitar trying there. He made it to the outside, trying to make something happen. Good hard fight battle right here. Man, they got door to door almost right there, or we're close to it. Savitar had to lay off a lot. Savitar still going to work on Proud. A couple of battles all over the racetrack today. It was really nice to watch. Savitar sticking with it. So, Stiggy was in front of Diamond, Diamond was in front of Stiggy. They've been flip-flopping for a while, but looks like Stiggy has the advantage. Those that care about that fight for the title or points. And Savitar's got a really nice run here. And man, Proud said nope, and he was committed to that corner. He was so committed. If Savitar didn't back out, we were definitely seeing some wrecking there because that was tight. That was really tight. And Savitar has the better straight speed, but man, that was close. Being pretty rough. Let's go back to the design here and see what Design's doing. He's right there. He just tough place to be in, especially when you don't got another teammate out there to try to match that pace and be able to assist you. I mean, Barco's done a great job being a good teammate. Fortunately for Bobberts in this situation, Sean's just on a completely other level right now, and just no way to catch him. And I think Design's settling in. I don't know if he's given up to try to get that extra spot, but it's got to be demoralizing for you as a driver, knowing that you had a really good car, you have a really good car, you got the pace on, you know, at least both of these guys. And the fight to just be up front is tough. We'll hop back to Proud and Savitar as that battle continues on for the 7th and 8th place spot. Savitar trying. So with Savitar getting by Proud, I'd say it's safe. He's going to get away. Good for him. Move up back to the front. Let's hop on Sean real quick here. Just in another realm right now. Oh, but we got lap traffic in front of these guys. This could be something to keep an eye on right here. 10th place battle. And that's, wow, a battle still with Gray and Blade. This could be a game changer right here. And these two don't gotta heel to these guys. These two are in a battle. They can continue on doing what they gotta do. And it looks like people are getting by. Let's hop on with Design. They'll get on by, no problem. Oh, I didn't mean to get on Gilbert. I meant to get on Blade, who just got door to door with Gray. These two have been battling all race long. All race long. Blade able to get by. Not have to worry. I mean, these two are gonna. I think these two are gonna probably battle to the end. I mean, they've been doing it the entire race. Mistakes here and there, and different braking areas. Five laps to go. say if we had the best car on show for today, I would have to give it to AMS Designs, KTM. Who is the man that's responsible for this beauty? Let's see it. Doesn't say. Maybe it was design. He's still working on barcode. Not much he can do. I mean, on the straight speed, I mean, through here he'll get through him, but he can't pass him before the straights. It's really tough. Right there. And he makes something happen. Line's working him. He's gonna lose him a little bit here. Be careful on that rumble strip. There's a game glitch there, and if you hit it the wrong way, you damage that entire car, and that's just bad news bears. Hop on board with design. Ooh. Maybe some lag there. Thought he had a run. Every time I think he's got one, he just awkwardly turns on him. Gray got by Blade again for the 10th spot. Design's working real hard. Here comes the KTM. Man, I tell you what, as much as I've been behind, he's been behind barcode, I would have just thrown my car to the inside, gave him a little bit of a door bump right there, just to see if he would have given the space. I mean, it's worth the shot, but I think he's just playing it safe. I think in Design's mind right now is he's battling for position, but he doesn't want to make anything worse than maybe what it could be. If he finishes 4th grade, if not, he has an opportunity to pass and take 3rd, but oh! He got alongside him! And he gets by him for the 3rd spot! A big move by AMS Design, a great move by AMS Design. This is the perfect place for him to take that spot away from Barcode, and I'm not sure how Barcode lost it. Just come off turn 1 awkwardly, but that's gotta be a relief for AMS Design. And Barcode lost quite a bit of time right there. Not sure if he's got any engine damage or anything like that on the car. Let's take a look here real quick. Oh, he's pushing the tires. His tires are giving way. That would make sense. And Sean, let's go check on Sean because he pitted before or after him. Oh yeah, the tire wear is starting to play a factor here. Oh boy. And Bobberts can go, so he's got 1% engine damage though. And the best set of tires right now is AMS Design. Bobberts might track down Sean here. I don't know. This is a tough spot to be in. FSM Gray's gotten away from JRFE Blade, who's trying to catch back up to him, but I see a very slow RZM Sean, ladies and gentlemen, getting around this racetrack. He's got 2 more laps to make it happen. AMS Design trying to probably push the boundaries as well. Bobberts is fine. I don't think he's going to have to worry about tire wear. Bobberts is going to go foot to the floor here and probably do everything he can. Now, Sean's going to play defense. Don't think for 1 second he doesn't know about the penalty that's lurking on him. And he knows that this could be a game changer if Bobberts is able to get the job done. But Sean, he's at a horrible situation right now. I mean, a horrible situation. He pitted early to try to do the overtake. We'll have to see here. We'll just have to see. Bobberts is coming and I can hear cars from the distance. No, we were just going under a bridge. Those tires are spicy. Those tires are spicy. I hear Bobberts coming. So, white flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Does Sean have enough tire to get to the end? Bobberts, I hear him. I just don't know. I don't know. He's possibly got engine damage. I don't know for sure. I know that Barcode's struggling quite a bit. He's got over 90% tire wear. 90% tire wear. Sean's just now hitting into the 90%. Oh man, this is coming down to the tire, baby. Can Sean hang on? About half a track to go. He's dominated this race, dominated qualifying. Might have a penalty, but this win can definitely make or break some hopes and dreams, and I think Sean's fine. I think Sean's okay. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. We're getting to the final section here. Does Sean have enough tire to get him to the victory? It's gonna be close. It's gonna be very close. Oh, hang on, Sean. You hear it right there. You hear it. He's playing with the car. I think he's good. I think he's safe. Coming around the bend one more time here, just hanging on to them good old tires. 93% tread. Coming around, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time. He gets the job done at Suzuka and wins at the round 8 here at the MEA GT Championship Series. Bobberts probably wishes he had just one opportunity to take a crack at him. He'll finish second today. Good points day for him. Same as AMS Design after battling to get by ESV Barcode, who is literally limping around this racetrack right now. And he's running from RZM Stiggy, who's not far behind. Oh, Barcode has no tires! He's just trying! Oh, look at the pain! Look at the pain, and Stiggy's coming fast! Oh, but I think Barcode's okay. And coming across the line! It's gonna be Barcode that gets the 4th spot. RZM Stiggy 5th. Stiggy almost got him. Diamondman 2014 loses the battle against Stiggy. He'll take 6th home here today. SMX Savitar, he had a lot of battling with Proud 78, who's currently in that 8th spot. But I'm not sure what happened to Proud. He lost quite a bit. 9th, bringing it home, should be Gilbert Tyrell. JRFE Blade. We still got a battle here for the 10th and 11th spot right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's JRFE Blade and FSM Gray. They're going to be dealing with some AI traffic, though. Who's going to maneuver it better? Post-race interviews coming up next as the battle continues. Oh, man, the AI gets in the way. Oh, no, not for Gray. There's still plenty of AI to go, though. And it looks like, I think Blade's gonna be okay here. And we're going to have post-race interviews coming up next. Once again, just stay tuned as we get to the end of this one. Good to see a good crowd watching here tonight. Blade hanging on to the edge right there. No tire wear for him. No troubles there. You see the AI is driving that tire problem better because it probably doesn't exist anymore. But Blade's able to hang on to get a top 10 finish. FSM Gray gave him everything he had in that little Porsche, but just not enough. Dealing with AI probably really affected it. So I feel bad for him. And Sparky Motors will finish 12th here today with RZX JJ Reds 13th and 14th RZX Ant. That's the final results here today at Suzuka. Post-race interviews coming up next, top 5 interview. So stay tuned. And apparently I'm showing offline. That's weird. We're going to try to get them in here. Not sure if Xbox is being dumb, but we're going to send them all invites and try to get each driver here. And I'm going to... Not sure the actual problem is, but... So it looks like my invites might have worked. That's good. That's nice. All right, so just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a post-race interview coming up next here at MEA. And here's your final results once again. And we will talk to the top 5. To talk about what we thought might have not have been a very eventful race ended up being a very eventful race with a lot of different things going on. We got all the top 5 in here. Now, for you guys that are joining the party, please check off the audio box so that everybody can hear you. And we're going to get ready. We're going to start with RZM Stiggy, who finished in a top 5 here today. And Stiggy, I tell you what, you haven't been here many times this season, but you got the job done today. It's been an up and down season. I mean, this whole series, we've seen you flourish, we've seen your hardships. Today, you had a good car, and not only that, you and Diamond Man have been duking it out all season in the championship points. Currently 4th and 5th. You guys have been going back and forth, it seems, all season long. Not a whole lot of action, but you almost got Barcode there at the end for 4th. It has to be a good day feeling for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know I would be doing this well because I was struggling with the car, and this is not one of my best tracks, so I'm happy to get a 5th today.
You know, and take us through that last lap. How much did you know that you were gaining on Barcode there at the end, and just how heartbreaking was it for you just to be that short to get one more spot?
I didn't really think I'd catch up to him, but I was watching the ticker. He was dropping seconds really often, and I think he hit the wall at the end or something. He slowed down a bit, but I didn't quite make it to the end there. Just half a second off him, but yeah, he deserves it.
And you know, the season, and like I said a little bit ago, you and Diamond have been going back and forth in the championship run. You got 2 weeks left to try to maintain each other. What's going to be the biggest tack, and what's been the toughest part for you this season? You know, we haven't gotten to talk to you a whole lot. What's been your biggest challenge all series long, and where have you grown a little bit throughout the series?
I think I just struggle with my consistency because I'm always making mistakes here and there, which cost me positions, and I lose a bit of time from them, and that's normally what costs me getting 5th more often.
Well, nonetheless, Stiggy, you know, we're glad to see you back in the top 5 here at Suzuka. Still 2 weeks to go, hoping to see you back and running great. And good luck to you on that quest as you look to still maintain a good point. I believe you're ahead of him in the championship points. I'm not 100% sure, but nonetheless, great result today, top 5, and we look forward to seeing you in the weeks to come.
Cheers, man.
And that's RZM Stiggy, ladies and gentlemen, 5th overall into today's race. We're going to talk to ESV Barcode now, 4th overall, and my second time. Just make sure you guys' audio's on. Barcode, talk about a great launch at the start of the race. You stayed in front of the lead for quite some time, and then Sean had some troubles there with Design and Bobberts, fell back to 4th. You kind of was a good teammate there, knowing that Bobberts was in the championship contention, let him on by, but Sean got the better of everyone here today, and then they're late. It looked like he had a lot of car to handle.
Yeah, I mean, going into this race, I always knew I was going to just play second to Bobberts, especially after the launch, getting ahead of all of them. So, yeah, when the opportunity showed itself, I let Bobberts by and did the best I could to hold Sean off.
And you know, you did the same there after the cycle. You got to a point where Bobberts and Design had a mistake, which we actually caught at the end, so I don't know exactly what happened there, but you were in another position where they were behind you, you let them on by, and you fended off Design as long as you could, but tires ended up being your enemy there at the end.
Oh yeah, I mean, I kind of expected them to fall off, but not as hard as they did there. I mean, going into the last chicane, I almost plowed into the wall because they hit 100 just under braking, so the braking distance increased massively.
Do you feel that any of that was a factor with, you know, this season has had so many different challenges, obstacles, weather conditions, day, night. Today you guys come in with just the foggy conditions, knowing you'd be driving in the fog. Did that play a factor at all, or was an earlier pit not in your plans today when Sean decided to pit?
Fog doesn't really make a difference. It's just the dry, just slightly slower. The pit stop, if I knew that he was being held up by Sabotage, I would have stayed out longer, but obviously I wouldn't know that. So I just pitted it right after he did.
Well, nonetheless, Barcode, you've been a lot of fun to watch this season, a lot of ups, and I wouldn't say much so downs, but a tough race for you today, 4th overall. And I got to ask one more question there. With Stiggy there right there at the end, you know, did you feel like you're about to lose another spot as soon as you went off in that chicane?
Yeah, I thought I might have, but thankfully just held it with on the exit there. I had the extra power anyway.
And you had the speed on the straights over these KTMs, but they destroyed that Ferrari in the corner, it seemed, every time. But you were able to do a great job with it, so you got to give yourself a pat on the back. But congratulations on another top 5 this season, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
And that was ESV Barcode, 4th overall, the only Ferrari that's, or I should say car, because there was other cars on the track today that wasn't a KTM, but finishing 4th overall. And we move up to AMS Design, and Design probably had the most pretty car on the racetrack today, outside of the noted probably 5-6 penalties on track, but we'll go over that another time. AMS Design championship contender, 3rd in the point standings. You were, I believe, behind Bobberts, I believe 7 points. Obviously that's going to change, but with the big news that's coming in with Sean not having a livery on, your championship hopes remain alive. And I gotta tell you, it seemed for a minute there you had a great opportunity to take the lead from Bobberts during the cycle of pit stops, but then you got into a rough spot. You guys went off track. Take us through that. What had happened up to that point? We missed it on stream. Design, you there? I don't know if Design's here. You guys still all here? Oh, he's connecting. Hold on a second. You still there, Design? Oh, so there's Design. You didn't hear anything I said? I'm not sure if Design's having a connection issue again. Design, you there? Bobberts, can you hear me?
He just don't want to talk to you, Steve. That's all it is.
Nah, I don't think that's what it is. I think Design. Hey, Design, if you can hear me, just try to reach. Okay, there I was going to say. He's probably just going to have to try to rejoin the lobby. We're having some Xbox technicalities here. I'm going to make the party rejoinable. Just stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get to the last few here, but we do want to hear from Design if we can. Probably could have just told him to go to. We'll do this. Let's try it again. All right, now let's see. Is Design here? No, you're good. I've been having Xbox issues myself, so nonetheless. But anyways, Design, welcome back. 3rd overall today. I'm going to sim down a little bit what I just said. You had a good run today. You were battling Bobberts for the race lead, but then you guys got into a little bit of an accident there. We weren't on it when it happened. Could you take us through what happened in that moment? You know, we talked about, I'm sorry to cut you off there, but we talked about you and I personally, how you felt that you can keep up with these guys with the amount of practice you might have to put in. But I did have to throw in your championship hopes are still alive as well, because there's like 5 drivers, including the championship points leader, that's probably looking at a points penalty after today due to the loss of no livery on the cars. But, you know, how frustrating was that for you today, being behind Barcode, knowing you were right there with Bobberts, and then it just kind of seemed like, well, I'm going to settle here, but then at the end you notice he fell off and you were able to get that spot? Well, I'm going to bump in here real quick before I ask you my last question here, but just make sure your audio is checked off because you bounced in and out. I don't think anyone could hear you. But to summer up everybody that that didn't hear, he's had a fun race. He said it was really tough to be battling with teammates, and on top of that, he's looking forward to the weeks to come. But did you check to see if that audio's there?
Yeah, it's been on the whole time.
Okay, so I don't know. We're having issues here at the Xbox world. My last question, if I have to translate it back to everybody the best I can, I will. What's it going to take for you to win this championship? You got 2 weeks to go in the series. A lot of racing still left, though it is coming down to the end. I mean, do you feel good at any of the upcoming tracks, and what is it going to take to try to, knock these guys off?
I don't feel so hot about next week's track. However, I do realize that there's no mandatory pit stop, so it could come down to fuel once again, and I feel like that's more my strong suit on trying to figure out what to take and how to drive it for that weekend.
Well, obviously, you came into that Daytona race not long ago with, from what I heard, you had no experience really on the track, and you became one of the biggest threats. How much practice are you going to put into this coming week then, knowing that this is going to be kind of a challenge for you?
Well, it's another short week at work for me, so I don't know. Going to hit them with another 200 plus laps.
There's nothing wrong with that.
if that's what it takes for me to compete with these guys, man, like I said the other week, I'll do it. I have a good time on track with you guys. It's always fun.
Well, nonetheless, and they were all able to hear you that time, so I don't know what changed. But nonetheless, Design, you put on another heck of a performance. You had probably the best-looking car out there today. Kudos to the painter. If that was you, that was a slick ride. Not the RZX JJ ride that said I love mayhem on the side of it, but we'll forget about that. But yeah, congratulations on a great run today, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you, man.
That was AMS Design, 3rd overall today. Defending champion, ESV Bobberts, 2nd overall. And Bobberts, you didn't have the best qualifying out of the group, and outside of Barcode, you really weren't outpacing Design and Sean. A lot of things went your way today. Barcode playing the ultimate team, game, and you benefited really well from it, finishing 2nd today. Take us through those moments, and then obviously take us through the moment of we're going to fly into the corner with Design.
Well, first I'd just like to mention I thought you paid JJ to put that on the side of his car.
Definitely did not
Definitely
pay
did
him.
not. Right, okay. I'll ask him personally afterwards. I also will point out Sean did have a livery on. You just probably didn't see it. It was basic, but like mine, but he did have one on. But yeah, that first lap was very interesting. Knew at that point then that I wasn't, well, obviously I knew I wasn't running TCS, but that both Design and Sean were, so it meant that Barcode and I got the start that we wanted. It was the dream start. But obviously you could clearly see that Sean had maybe more downforce or just a perhaps better package, than what I did. But it was a fun race overall. Bit of a shame that, the lag punts from Design, obviously, it's just, Forza things, so whatever. But as I said to him in the bar,
It sounds like Forza pain problems as well today, so good to hear that we have all these problems still.
As I said to Design, I said, if that punt costs me this flipping win, I'm going to come round and I'm going to murder you. So, yeah. I felt like I could have won that race come the end, but I can't be too disappointed with 2nd.
And 2 weeks left to go. It's really come down to you and Design trying to track down Sean. And I think if Sean keeps having these performances, you guys are gonna have to answer something big. What's these next 2 weeks looking like for you as a driver? Is there anything that you're looking forward to, or is there tough challenges ahead?
And there's always tough challenges ahead, no matter what track it is. But we've got Road Atlanta, and then we finish off at Hockenheim. Both are good tracks for me for different reasons. I just, as I said to you a few weeks ago when I picked up my win, that I've got to keep trying to beat Sean, and obviously, unfortunately, in this occasion, that hasn't happened. But nothing's impossible, but I feel as if Sean's now got 1.5 hands, if there's such a thing, on the title now. It's going to take a miraculous you know, big turn of events for something to happen if either myself or design were to take advantage of it. But like I said, Sean was on a different level today. Obviously, he showed that in qualifying anyway. You know, whatever tuner he was using just clearly worked, and obviously he drove a great race to coming from being at the back of that 4-car pack at the start to, you know, to leading it.
And, you know, I also got to ask for you as a driver, I didn't ask everybody this question, I know I asked Barcode, but did you feel that the foggy conditions, because they changed throughout the race a little bit, had any effect on your driving today?
No, didn't affect the pace whatsoever. Literally all it did was just, you know, put a little mist on it, and it was just a case on just making sure you keep hitting your apexes. So yeah, personally it did absolutely nothing. Yeah, did nothing to the pace. The only pace that I wanted to happen was Sean to drop off the cliff, which came a lap too late.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations on a second place finish here today, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the weeks to come.
Thank you. Just like to shout out to Barcode as well for being a top teammate.
That was ESP Bobbert's second overall today, and we're going to talk to the race winner, RZM Sean, and I do believe this is your third victory on the season, and you came this week lights out from qualifying to the race. I do apologize that Forza, if you had a livery on, isn't telling us this, but nonetheless, taking the win here today. You had to fight through adversity early on, but you decided to pit early. Looking back at where you were at the end of the race, do you feel like you might have changed anything even though you won?
I mean, no, I guess not. I think the better strategy would have been to stay out a few more laps, but how much time would I have lost behind the 3-car pack, you know? Ultimately I won, so you really can't say that I would have otherwise.
Well, yeah, and the reason why I asked that question is just because where you were, you and Barcode obviously pitted earlier than Design and Bobbers did, which surprisingly affected you guys really bad on the tire wear, especially at the end. You got a good point by saying you won, so I can't really say if I would have changed anything, but we always got to ask because the wonder is there. But you know, Sean, you were jumped heavily at the start, and then you lost 2 positions from Bobbers and Design. Take us through that moment. I mean, that had to be frustrating. And then with the teammate play right there, you know, Barcode's knowing that Bobbers is in that championship hunt. How frustrating was it for you to be in that moment? Be like, gosh, I gotta make a decision.
Yeah, it was really frustrating. To be honest, I didn't give up, but I felt like my race, you know, I wasn't going to win the race. I didn't really foresee myself getting past Barcode very easily, since he'd already, you know, been leading from me for a few laps, and I couldn't find a way past. So I thought, you know, Bobbett's going to make like too much of a gap by the time I get past, if I do.
And you talked about that moment, and I actually forgot about it. You did get by him, and he got by him rather quickly during the pit cycle. It was about a couple laps afterwards. We missed it. How were you able to get the job done there and get by him?
I think the first opportunity I got, up the inside of the hairpin, I think I somewhat surprised him. I got my car alongside, and I got a better run out of it. I think if I didn't get it there, I don't know that I was getting it.
And you know, I always talk about certain people that are very patient drivers, and typically you tend to be on my list, but this season I've noticed a lot of aggressive driving from you, and it seems that that's gotten more and more prominent over the weeks. Have you felt like you've become more aggressive on the racetrack, not just because of maybe the championship, you know, contention, but just in your craft and how you perform against certain people?
Perhaps, yeah. I think I've been getting I think I have to be. Not many of these drivers are going to make, you know, a lot of mistakes during the race. So if something pops up, you really have to take it in these races.
Well, nonetheless, Sean, you've done a heck of a job this week. This definitely has to be one of your top 2 performances on the season in terms of pace. But falling back early, getting by, and then just kind of coasting away had to be a good feeling. Congratulations on the win, and there's still 2 weeks to go. Now that I've asked the other 2, what's it going to take for you to fend off these last 2 weeks and retain and get your first MEA GT championship?
No DCs hopefully, but I'm gonna drive the last 2 as if, you know, it's a tight battle. I'm gonna try and win if I can and give it my best.
Well, we look forward to seeing it. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
And that was RZM Sean, today's race winner here at Suzuka. And thanks for everyone that's watching in. There was a few cars on track that I guess maybe Forza did not tell us that they actually had liveries. So I know 2 that do, but unfortunately Forza does Forza-like things. But that's going to wrap it up here for round number 8 here in the MEA GT Championship Series. Next week, same time, same place, I'm SSR Mayhem. Thank you for watching round number 8 of the MEA GT Championship Series. RZM Sean, your race winner. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.